When Anthony Davis and Rich Paul leaked their trade demand last week, the NBA went into a frenzy. We knew this was probably coming, but now it was official. For the price of $50,000, Anthony Davis could officially proclaim that he wanted to become a member of the Lakers. When the NBA told him to expand his list so the public perception might seem like there was no collusion, Davis added the Bucks, Knicks, and Clippers to his list of preferred destinations. 3 teams who probably don't have the assets to land him, unless the Knicks land that Duke guy in the draft. The Lakers reportedly made their Godfather offer, and as of this moment, have also pulled out of talks, with rumors that the Pelicans wanted draft picks for about the next 100 years. As we inch closer to the deadline, it's possible both teams will start negotiating in good faith, and if not, Davis will just sit on the New Orleans bench until the summer. As a 7-footer who rebounds, blocks shots, switches onto wings on the perimeter, shoots threes, can go coast to coast, and pass a bit, Davis represents the embodiment of the evolution of the NBA big man. An upgraded model of the Kevin Garnett prototype. He's an advanced stats darling who also passes the eye test. Just a freak of an NBA player. A unicorn. There's just one tiny problem. Anthony Davis-led teams haven't been very successful. He's been to the playoffs twice in his NBA career and advanced past the first round just once. Which begs the question, if he's so great, then why can't he lead his team on a deep playoff run? Or even just routinely get them to the playoffs? You could say that the Pelicans front office hasn't done a good enough job putting talent around him, that he plays in the West, that he's had mediocre coaching, or that he's missed some games over the years. But a top 5 to 10 player alone should be enough to at least consistently lead your team to the playoffs every year. That's the case for every other top 10 guy. The Rockets have been absolutely decimated with injuries, but Harden said screw it and put the whole team on his back. The Lakers are a misfit of leftovers and so-so young talent, and even though LeBron missed some time, they're at least in the picture. Go down the line and you'll see Kawhi, Giannis, Kyrie, Jokic, Dame, Russ, all fighting for seeding. Even Sacramento's right there. Why hasn't Davis been able to do the same as his peers? Well, based on the Pelicans' point differential, New Orleans should be closer to the playoffs than to the bottom of the conference. But they have a big-time issue holding them back. They can't get it done during winning time. They're 9-22 in games decided in the clutch, and they're currently sporting the worst offensive rating in the league in those minutes. To put that in perspective, they've been worse than the Bulls, Cavs, Knicks, and Suns, teams that are actively trying to lose. They have a net rating of minus 21.9 in the clutch. I mean, holy shit, that is mind-boggling. So here's my hot take. Anthony Davis is a complimentary player. He's a second banana, a number 2, a sidekick. The modern NBA is built for guards and wings, not for 7-foot number 1 options. Davis can look the part in spurts and put up monstrous counting stats, but he can't make his teammates better like the other elite players do. You can't spread the offense around the perimeter, put Davis at the top, and just tell him to go. His skill set actually makes him the perfect complement to LeBron. Davis basically becomes a supercharged version of Chris Bosh. Put Davis in the Bosh role and make him a super finisher that could focus on cleaning up on the defensive end, and you can maximize the abundance of Davis's talents. LeBron's getting older, and he's going to need a souped-up version of what he's won with in the past. But it isn't a role for the faint of heart. Both Bosh and Love struggled with adjusting to the role. It's not easy to seed touches and have to figure out ways to score in spots you may not be accustomed to. At the end of the day, though, both Bosh and Love won championships and got paid. Right now, Davis is like Timberwolves era KG, a great player in a small market who couldn't get it done at stop number 1. To Davis, the Lakers represent a way to shed that label. Still, though, the Pelicans have no reason to do the Lakers any favors. None of the rumored Ball, Ingram, Kuzma package guarantees the Pelicans a new franchise guy. Who knows where the draft picks land? Perhaps nobody in the Boston package offers that either. And that's a dilemma the Pelicans find themselves in. Do they let the trade deadline pass and hold out until the summer to see if the Celtics offer the mother load, or see if the Knicks get the number 1 pick, or do they take the Lakers offer now with the impression that this may be as good as it gets? No matter what team Davis ends up with, I think one thing's clear. We'll finally get an answer to the NBA's big man question. In the pace and space shoot a million threes era, how much does a big man affect the game? Should teams be looking for the next Clint Capella or the next Anthony Davis? Is Anthony Davis worth tying up such a large percentage of your cap? Where and who lands Davis is paramount. Davis, in a way, becomes the last great hope for the future of the big man position. Right now, it's anyone's guess as to where Davis lands, but the team that eventually does win the sweepstakes is going to have to gut their team. Whoever gets him better have a plan to put some star talent around him, because the Brow's desire to land on the West Coast tells me he's tired of being Batman.